Major League Baseball welcomes you to the following presentation of the Detroit Tigers.
Bring the Royals and Tigers together, and it's bound to be a close game. And last night, Kader Montero made sure it was the low-scoring version of that close game. 6 innings, 1 run, but the defense wobbled late. Wencel Perez sees the ball get behind him. Kyle Isbell celebrates, and then eventually the Royals do walk off the Tigers for the very first time this year after a sweep by the Tigers at Comerica Park. So strap in. Could be another close one. The good news is the sun came up again today. Tigers have a chance to bounce back. Tigers baseball presented by Bet365. It's game 2 at the Big K Kauffman Stadium here in Kansas City. And we're so glad to have you along. Jason Benetti, Andy Dirks, Daniela Bruce in a moment. The Royals and Tigers are a cardiologist's dream.
Yeah, they are. These games are always close. They're tooth and nail till the very bitter end. It didn't go the Tigers' way yesterday, but they need to bounce back and continue to try to find ways to win games when they're plagued with injuries the way they are. Up the middle, you know, you have a lot of new faces that we're seeing on the field of play, but you still have to find a way to scratch ball games and win.
Today, the Tigers will turn to Birch Smith as the opener. Ty Madden to follow. It's not a full bullpen day. It's more pitching chaos.
Yeah.
Ty Madden in his first appearance was really good.
He was. I mean, he got quality pitches throughout. His fastball works really well. His breaking pitch was good. And he was very competitive. He was either right on the edge of the zone, just outside of the zone. He didn't throw a lot of pitches over the heart of the plate, and he didn't walk guys. The stuff played very well, but against this Royals team, he's going to have to continue that same type of outing that he had last time. We've seen the scrappiness of this offense, and when Pasquantino and Bobby Witt Jr. and these guys are starting to hit a little bit, keep the ball in the yard, let the defense play behind you.
Michael Wacha is the opponent, the veteran who very much knows who he is.
He is, and he's kind of reinvented himself a little bit with the fastball this year. His fastball numbers are ridiculous. You can see at the bottom of the screen here, the team average against is abysmal. And the Tigers have faced a litany of quality starters, and Wacha is right up there with everything they faced. He's starting to throw the sinker up in the zone, which is completely goes against tradition. He's found it to be effective because then he can work the cutter away to the righties, and then the lefties. He's always got one of the best changeups in all of baseball. The Tigers are going to have to figure out ways to take their hits. Wacha's not a pitcher that's going to say, oh, I'll throw you a meatball down the middle that you can hit over the fence. They're going to have to take their hits the other way, move the ball around the field a little bit. If they're looking for a cookie down the middle all day, it's going to be a tough day.
Are you hungry? Meatballs and cookies in the same sentence.
Hungry. I did have a sandwich earlier. Maybe I should have had the meatballs.
You should be our captain of food. The Royals actually do have an official captain. It's Salvador Perez. Daniela has a bit on one more thing about how rare it is to have a captain nowadays in Major League Baseball. Daniela Bruce from down field level when we come back to Kauffman Stadium.
Baseball on Detroit Sportsnet is presented by Bet365, where winning is everything. By McDonald's of Michigan. Grab a $5 McChicken meal today. By Rally House Michigan. It's your city, it's your house, it's the Rally House. And by Steel. Find your local Steel dealer at steelusa.com. As clubhouses continue to get younger and the game of baseball continues to evolve, the traditional title of captain has almost disappeared. Almost, keyword almost. Aaron Judge is still a captain for the New York Yankees, and then right here in Kansas City, it's Salvador Perez that's the captain of his team. He proudly still wears that badge of honor.
It's a lot of responsibility. I have to be calm, nice, you know. I feel like, you know, it's good, you know, because all my teammates like respect me, you know. Even though I don't have to wear that seal in my chest, I think I create that in all my career, you know. Try to talk to them when anybody made mistake. Try to take it to the right way, you know. Give it up opportunity, and happy to be the captain for Kansas City.
Salvi said he's also honored to do this as a member of the Royals franchise. He knows that they respect him immensely. And the Tigers franchise history of captains looks like this. Not many. Bill Coughlin, the first one back in 1907-08, and Germany Schaefer from 1907 to 1909. You can see Brad Ausmus on that list, who did go on to be the Tigers manager for 3 seasons. And 1999 was the last year the Tigers actually had captains, and there were 3 of them. A nice trio of captains. The Tigers looking to even the series here in Kansas City today. It's Michael Wacha and Birch Smith with first pitch coming up next.
Tiger Law. And as though it was timed just for first pitch, the sun has peaked out again here at Kauffman Stadium. Isn't that a beautiful thing, Andy Dirk?
It's thinking about it. I mean, it was sunny all day, and then all of a sudden the clouds rolled in. I said, here comes one of those Midwest storms coming off the Rocky Mountains that's about to make it rain, tornadic events potentially, but just got a little breezy, and now the sun's back out.
Yeah, it started whipping a little bit, but it is slime time, says the weather graphic. It's Nickelodeon night here at Kauffman Stadium, so if you say, like, I don't care or something, you get slimed, I think is how it works. Those are pretty cool jerseys, I gotta say. For the kids, for the adults. What?
I mean, if you didn't know that it was slime time, like if you wore that out on the town, people would be like, what's the jersey for?
I think that's the jersey version of you and your brain. Here we go. First pitch coming from Michael Wacha, the 34-year-old, misses with a fastball. We're underway from the Big K. Wheels up time is officially 6:10 Central Time, 7:10 Eastern. And here is Wacha, the former St. Louis Cardinal, who absolutely positively knows what he is as he finds the zone and gets a ground ball to first. Vinny Pasquantino makes the play, and there's one away in the Tigers' first. And the Tigers starting lineup presented by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers against the Texan Wacha. This is slugging against the changeup the last couple years. You see down at the bottom of the order some strong numbers with Wacha using that changeup to mostly left-handers, but he'll dabble against the righties as well.
Yeah, he throws the slider a little more to the righties. Got a ball on the field. Left fielder had to run over, but watch that sinker in to the righties. He's been throwing it up way more this year, and it's had a lot of effect. His fastball has not gotten hit well all year, and that'll make the changeup play even better once he gets ahead and counts.
So we had a conversation with Spencer Torkelson before the game about kind of that very thing, right? The Tigers saw Wacha 4 times last year, but Tork said, you know, we really take what we see from him this season, and there is that sinker you're talking about to jam Vierling. Michael Garcia finds the out. That's exactly the pitch you're referring to. He's liking throwing that up and in specifically to right-handers.
Yeah, to keep him honest, and it'll get him off the breaking stuff away, but it's a hard pitch to lay off of. When a guy's got a 4-seam and a sinker, that location where it starts looks middle in. It looks like a ball you can tee off on to left field, and then by the time you start swinging, it keeps boring in, and you end up getting jammed.
2 down. Colt Keith looks at a strike.
The lefties are going to see more 4-seams. He likes the 4-seam up, and he pairs that with the changeup.
Well, he pretty clearly likes the fastball so far today. He's thrown mostly fastball to the Tigers. There's a cutter to Keith, 0-2 for a Tigers team that was not retired 1-2-3 in any inning all night last night in what felt for a long while like it was going to be a win to open the series.
It was a tough loss. They tried to add runs on to no avail.
1-2 on Keith. You saw A.J. Hinch down there in the dugout with Joey Cora absent due to a family graduation. A.J. was out on the field hitting ground balls. He was very active before the game today. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Wacha, and we'll go bottom 1.
Head to Little Caesars and
Starting pitcher is an opener today, Birch Smith, presented by Wallside Windows. And Birch today, you know, the starting pitcher normally takes the last bus, but you don't always see the opener take the last bus. He was in the starter's position on the last bus, so he is playing the role of starter fully today.
Don't talk to me. I'm taking the last bus. It's my
right.
day. I'm the starter. But you see the strikeout rate, 34%. He's done a really nice job throwing the four-seam up. His curveball and cutter combo have baffled hitters. The curveball is a little bit slower, a little bit bigger at 82 miles an hour. The cutter, it's more like a bullet slider at 87.
He is a former Kansas City Royal, and he throws a strike to what Kansas City provides at the top of the order, no matter what starter, basically. Garcia, Witt, Pasquantino, right, and left. That is sliced to left center field, up the alleyway, forcing Vierling into the gap. Garcia is going to try for two, and he's in there sliding to open the game with a double. So here is the Kansas City batting order. This slugging against fastballs. Ty Madden used a bunch of them. Bert Schmidt does as well, even with the secondary stuff you're talking about. Bobby Witt Jr.'s number on slugging against the fastballs was even higher last year. Jensen, the catcher, hits him pretty well as well for most of his damage. So Bobby Witt Jr., who was 1 for 3 last night, including a key double late, hits this foul down the right field line. The reaction to that foul ball was basically like somebody getting slimed on Double Dare.
Yeah, it felt very early day game, Kids Day-esque. I think the slime jerseys are bringing out the childlike spirit in some of the Royals fans today.
0-1. That's a pretty sizable secondary lead from Garcia at second, by the way. Not currently, he's anchored to the bag, but on the pitch.
Yeah, they're aggressive base runners. The Royals get after it on the bags.
He shortened it quite a bit there, and that's an inside-out job by Witt, tracing the paint into the right field corner. It kicks by Kerry Carpenter in right. Bobby Witt Jr.'s on the move. He's around third. He lost his helmet. He's on his way home, and he scores. One of the most electric players in Major League Baseball comes around on the second Little League home run in as many nights in baseball.
You see his approach. He wants to take the ball to right field at worst to move the runner from second to third, but Kerry goes to the corner, doesn't play it correctly off the carom. It squirts by him, and it looked like it was going to be a for sure triple, but the sprint speed right there, I mean, he didn't slow down at all around third. Usually a guy's starting to lose his wind a little bit.
He might have gained steam as that ball's hammered to right by Pasquantino. And the Royals have come out firing here in the first. They're going to call that an inside the park home run for Bobby Witt Jr. rather than a double and an error.
Yeah, I think that there's no way. It should have been stopped by the right fielder. Carpenter should have got in front of it.
So let me ask you, you've played in this ballpark. How do you best play that corner?
Give it space. It's a double off the bat. That run's going to score regardless. You give it a little bit of space, and you don't want to try to jam yourself up against the wall and play it against the wall while it's hitting it at the same time. And I think that's where Carpenter was trying to get to it too quickly, and he jammed his left shoulder into the wall when he went over. But if you give it some space, it's going to come around.
We saw it just last night. J.J. Weatherholt of the Cardinals hit a ball to right field. Fernando Tatis Jr. charged the ball almost like Wencel Perez almost exactly last night. It went underneath, and then Weatherholt came around to score for a grand slam for the Cardinals, essentially. But there was an error on that play. Check swing on a ball low. It is 2-1 on Salvador Perez. Now it's just triage here, right? You're down 2-0. You've got to get right back on the horse because these games tend to find a way to get close.
Yep. Leave it right here. See if you can get you a ground ball. This is a good double play candidate for Salvi.
Little cue shot foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You know, it seems like the Tigers right now, as a unit, trying to do a little too much. As a defender, especially in the outfield, your job is to get the ball back in the pitcher's hand. Let that guy on the mound dictate the game. And we're all trying to make plays. You know, they want to make plays for their pitcher, of course. But anytime you allow extra bases as a defender, it gets ugly.
Fly ball to right. Kerry Carpenter moseys over. And he makes the catch for out number 1 with Jensen coming up. Let's give you the Tigers defense. It's brought to you by Marygrove Awnings. And it has Green, Vierling, and Carpenter in the outfield. Keith, McGonigal, McKinstry, and Torkelson, and Jake Rogers has the plate for a Tigers team that expected to be better defensively this year. And A.J. Hinch, for the second time in as many weekends, is going to take out an opener in the first inning as the left-hander Jensen comes up. So the Tigers will dip further into the bullpen with Tyler Holton on the way in. Here's what happened in the corner. Bobby Witt Jr., a full 360 on the way home, and a 2-0 Kansas City lead with 1 out in the first. Wall side windows pitching change. Tyler Holton is on the hill to face Jensen and Caglione. And Tyler fires a strike, so Bert Smith's day is done after 3 hits, 2 runs. Some question on whether or not they will be earned or otherwise, but very likely earned runs as the 0-1 is downstairs, a ball and a strike. But the Tigers have a bullpen day tomorrow. Ty Madden, the idea is to get him a clean inning after an opener. So Holton's called on here to try to push across the final couple outs of the first, but that's an inside-out ground ball to the third base side that's through for Jensen. He'll have a double. Pasquantino to third, and the Royals have gotten out their stencils for the chalk down each line.
He lets that ball travel a long ways. The sinker from Tyler Holton fillets it out to left. That's where that contact button still works.
Yes, it does. Jack Caglione, the hitter, and he fouls it away. Jack Caglione leads the league in fans believing announcers are mispronouncing his name. It is Caglione.
Not Caglione.
Yeah, it feels like there's an extra N, but it's actually pronounced Caglione. It has been since he was at Florida, as the 0-1 misses with the infield in now. A ball and a strike, and the Tigers trying to remain in contact here with a Kansas City team that just split with Cleveland. They are opening play 18-21, just like the Tigers. Caglione to second base. Oh my goodness, Jensen ran from second base. Now the Tigers have to worry about 2 runners. The throw comes home on Pasquantino. He's out. Jensen looked like he was going to run to be the tag team partner of Pasquantino at third, and the Tigers are out of this inning.
Pasquantino was not going on contact. Carter Jensen messed up the read and the play. Nice job, though, making a quick relay by the Tigers.
Quality.
If the Tigers scored 3 or more runs in this game, you can visit a participating art location tomorrow and receive a free small order of curly fries. 4-3-6-2 was the final out of the first inning, and that was a very timely double play for the Tigers to get out of that inning. It's second and third, 1 out in a 2-run game already. That was pretty well necessary.
It was. It definitely felt like the momentum the Royals had going. Like the energy level in the stadium was very high. Felt like the Tigers defense was sped up. Like the ball was moving faster. They weren't slowing it down, playing quite as relaxed. So that was a nice way to end that inning. But when other teams make mistakes, Jason, you have to take advantage.
For sure.
That could have been a 4 or 5 run inning.
Yeah, now you're still in the game. You have Ty Madden, who likely will come in for the second inning in some way. You would imagine for Lane Thomas, right? Then you deal with the left-handers after him. But this series all year has been close and tight. As there's a swing and miss. It's a changeup up, and Walker's got back-to-back strikeouts dating back to the first. But there is that changeup to a lefty.
He's always had this pitch, and it's nasty. It's slow. It's like 80 miles an hour, which always gets hitters out in front of it. When you recognize the pitch, you have to wait just a hair longer than you normally would, and it gets you out of your legs a little bit. It's not as comfortable of a swing.
Dylan Dingler, sky high right-hand side, and the right fielder Caglione is there to make the catch. They are going to stick with a home run on the Bobby Witt Jr. ball.
All right.
So those are earned runs against Birch Smith, which seems a little like
the way Bobby ran those bases, though, he earned it.
He absolutely did.
I don't know if I've ever seen a baseball player round third and continue running as fast as he did from third to home. Normally, guys start losing their gas a little bit and they slow down.
No, Vance Wilson at third is a very good third base coach. He might as well not have existed. Bobby Witt Jr. was going to run. It felt like no matter what, considering the way he was out of the box.
And he was floating. Usually, guy, once you get close to third base, you can see him. They slow down. He literally was sped up. He knocked his helmet off just for dramatic effect.
Or for aerodynamics.
To let the lettuce fly a little bit. He's got the wet hair, slicked back. He wanted it. He knocked his helmet off, Jason.
He did.
He had one thing on the brain.
That's absolutely right. 2-1. Carey hits it on the ground for second base. That's Michael Massey who drops it. The door creaks open a little bit for the Tigers, and Torque will come up. Should be a base hit for Carey.
Sometimes they give him like candy, sometimes they don't. Hit him in the palm. But this isn't a bat I'm looking forward to here for Torque. He's facing a guy that's going to throw sinkers in, and then he's going to throw cutters away. If Torque can get one of those sinkers that he likes, he's good at ambushing it. If it starts kind of middle and then comes back over to the inside part of the plate, he can do some damage on it.
It's a fastball away. They will call it a hit. I was joking.
Why, where was this when I played? I would have hit like 400. You see, he's being careful. He's not throwing that sinker in to Torque. He wants to stay away, go up with the four seam. That makes sense.
Kauffman Stadium's like the Beatles. Everything's a hit. 2-0. 3 balls, no strikes on Torque. You're right, Andy.
Yeah. He does not want to give up that long ball to left, and he's afraid if he throws that sinker and starts it middle, Torque's going to turn on it.
Oh, he wanted to.
That was the one. Fastball in. That'll usually earn you a cutter away. Or the slow breaking ball or something. Coming away.
Changeup that somehow is going to try and curl back. I mean, that's 7-ball corner pocket. Torque was frozen in the box, and he was like, I better run just in case that thing banana routes back into fair territory.
Michael Wacha's changeup will make things that are strange happen. And that's one right there. He hits it on the cup of the bat. You can see that ball spinning. It had a lot of English on it.
See the Pasquantino's look like, come on.
Get over here,
Let's
ball.
play.
We talked about Wacha as a guy you got to take your hits against. He's not just going to feed you a ball to hit over the fence.
Well placed sinker. Inning over. Tigers fans, join us at Comerica Park May 15th to the 17th for Strikeout Cancer Weekend, presented by Carmanis Cancer Institute. Each day you'll drive awareness of various cancers. Friday has a themed fireworks show, Saturday pink jersey giveaway, exclusive concession items all weekend long. Learn more. Get your tickets now at tigers.com/strikeoutcancer. So Lane Thomas will get the at-bat against Tyler Holton, then Massey and Isbell, and then there's a chopper to third. That's Keith on the approach for out number 1. So the idea here is you get through the left-handers and then you hand it over to Ty Madden, which also makes sense.
Yeah, they already have Holton up, and Holton's thrown multiple innings a lot in his career. He knows how to go, sit in the dugout. get a quick breather, come back out and get some outs. Timing-wise, it actually worked out decent. You hate to see the 2 runs, but from where they were to where they are now, it's looking pretty decent. There was runners at second and third and 1 out.
When you discount how we got here at 2-0, you'd say, all right, playable.
Yep.
A 1 to Massey, who rolls it to first base. That is a fair baseball. It's torqued to the bag, and there are 2 away. How about a message from Figer Law?
Sure.
At Figer Law, every case is personal to us, and we won't stop until we bring home the win. Figer Law, all we do is win.
Kyle Isbell is the batter, and here is the portion of the order that really burned the Tigers last night. Isbell had the game winner, the RBI single to knock the Tigers off. He also singled and scored in the 8th inning. And the Tigers this year have allowed a top 10 on-base percentage to the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. MLB rank meaning 25th from the bottom. So a top 8 on-base percentage, top 6 batting average against the middle of the pack slugging. But the on-base percentage is really what we should highlight there, because you said it last night. I think it's a great point, Andy, that when you allow them on base, you're then flipping it over to the hitters who the opposing manager says are his best.
You got it. You got to face Bobby Witt Jr. maybe one more time, Vinny Pasquantino again. Every time you can flip the order, it's in the advantage of that offense.
Right side, McKinstry. That is the calm that Tyler Holton was meant to bring. To the 3rd we go.
It's time for everybody's new favorite road trip tradition, or at least my favorite new road trip tradition. Daniela's road trip checklist, you guys. I've got 3 things on this, and they're pretty straightforward this time. Everybody's going to know exactly what I'm doing, but I'm going to visit my 30th state. Maybe that one could trip some people up. That one might happen on social media tomorrow since we don't have the game. And then the second
Speak for
one,
yourself.
we as in Detroit Sportsnet, Jason and Andy, okay? And then we are going to take the subway in New York to a game, which I've actually never been on the subway, so this could be complicated. And I'm going to try some Kansas City barbecue today while I'm here.
Love that.
Yeah. I'm a little nervous about the subway one, but I've got a few days to figure that out, so all good.
There's a lot of people that have used the subway.
Thank you, Andy.
Good ad.
I don't know if he was trying to make me feel silly with that one.
Where are you going to go?
I'm going to take it to the ballpark.
Oh, are you really?
Yes.
Why'd you say it that way?
Citi Field?
Yes, to Citi Field.
Wow.
But it's not like this subway is not a mystical place. People use it every day.
Oh, boy. That pops off past Quintino, and no chance for Massey at second. So Zach McKinstry is on.
Most likely with a hit. We'll see what the score says. Pasquantino comes up. It hits him in the palm. Massey threatened, but too much speed from McKinstry.
Oh, they're going to call it E3. Tough break for Z-Mac. Here's Jake Rogers. And strike 1.
Jake excited to be in the lineup today. He knows Walker well. He's had some at-bats off of him in the big leagues. Fared pretty good against Walker.
There goes Z-Mac. No throw. That's a stand-up stolen base.
Looked like Jake was thinking maybe there was going to be time. Oh, he just was letting Mac take the bag. That's a veteran move right there. He's not going to swing at it even if it's a strike. Being 6 for 9 off a guy lifetime gives you a little more confidence.
I mean, that is good teammate behavior, though. Like, you're down 2 runs. You might as well get the guy in scoring position.
He saw Z-Mac take off, and how many times do you see a guy that's got a bag easy and the hitter fouls it off?
Yep.
Just good awareness by Jake, and I think being a catcher, I don't know if their field of view is constantly different.
But it would make sense the awareness level's higher.
For sure, of a runner going.
Yeah.
Like instinctually, like catchers wake up in cold sweats at night. He's going.
Somebody's stealing from him.
He's going. There's somebody here. The TV. See if he can knock him in, or at worst, move him to third.
He wanted to and didn't on a slider. 2 balls, 2 strikes from Walker. Change up, right on right. I mean, that's basically the Spanish Inquisition of pitches based on Monty Python. You never expect it. He doesn't throw it very much right on right.
No.
It's like 1 out of every 11 pitches.
When a guy's 6 for 9 lifetime, now 6 for 10 though, you mix it up a little bit more.
Ball 1 to McGonigal. Two for 13, Kevin, against the Royals so far this year. There's a cutter, but Walker has thrown him down the first 2 pitches. Teams have tried to really squeeze him in tight over the past week and a half.
Up and in. A lot of pitches on the inner half.
That was out over the plate on a changeup, and it's in the air for right field. It will die just short of the warning track. McKinstry tags. Caglione can really throw, but not going to get Zemek. It's a runner at third and 2 down for the Tigers here in the third.
And we'll see if Vierling makes an adjustment this at bat. In his last at bat, Walker went sinker in twice. Then he ended up hitting a weak ground ball to third base. So we'll see if Matty V's thinking something in the kitchen and tries to turn on it to left field, or if Walker thinks he may be thinking something in the kitchen and turn on it and starts him away. This is what's fun about the old pitcher-hitter duel.
But you would assume if you're Vierling that he wants to put you away in a similar way in the end.
At some point he's coming in with the sinker.
As you said, he starts him cutter away, ball 1.
And you got to decide if you want to concede to that pitch, because the problem is if you look for it, you might swing at it off the plate in. That's what's tough as a hitter. So you say, okay, make it start away from me a ways.
Right back in to second base. Massey tracks it down to retire the side. Tigers can't pay off the error. We'll go bottom 3 on the Bet365 scoreboard. 2-0 Royals with the lead in the bottom of the third here at Kauffman Stadium. We are glad to have you along for Tigers baseball this Saturday evening, and as expected, Ty Madden is our Wallside Windows pitching change. He comes in here in the third. Wencel Perez, by the way, has come into right field for Kerry Carpenter. You mentioned as he went to field that ball, he jammed his shoulder into the wall. We'll see if that's the reason or any other reason as the game progresses, what the Tigers say, and Daniela will be on the beat as well. But Ty Madden, who threw 80% fastball in his first outing and threw very well, throws his first pitch tonight.
He likes that 4-seam up and the sinker down. He's got a cutter that he likes to throw down and into lefties, down and away to righties, split to lefties. He's got a big arsenal, slider. And what we saw in his last outing was command. He commanded every pitch that he threw. There were a lot of competitive pitches, not many ball out of hands.
There's 3-0 here on the top of the order, Garcia. This is not the part of the order where donations of base runners tend to serve you all that well with the speed that they have and the willingness to run, both Garcia and Whit.
Well, they know this ballpark. This ballpark's got gaps. There's a lot of hits to be had. Less home runs this time of year, but definitely more hits.
That's a strike. Garcia thought about challenging. Instead, he's just kind of despondent.
In these bigger ballparks that allow more hits, every 90 feet is even more crucial.
You know, people say all the time, toughest thing to do in Major League Baseball is string together 3 straight hits. But in a ballpark that has all that green grass, it's not the same type of game is what you're saying.
Absolutely. Yeah. Look how much green's out there. You'll get a few more bloopers. You get a few more balls down the line that equal extra bases.
Ground ball to third. Tough hop, and Keith handles it, snares it, throws it, and Torque has to rescue it. That was an adventure.
Well, it was good. Garcia wasn't busting it out of the box after Colt made the nice leaping stab at it. Very difficult play. He was a little wide with the throw, but got him out. See right here, Colt got it so quickly. Garcia saw that he had it and wasn't hustling to first base. Another break for the Tigers.
It is. Our All-State Good Hands replay is out number 1. There's a strike to Bobby Witt Jr. That is interesting from Garcia, who typically runs the bases well.
I think he had it so quick. Like he was one step out of the box. A couple steps out of the box, Colt already had it. So I think that's why he just decided, I'm going to make the jog down to first base. And didn't really bust it hard. But once the throw went wide, he probably could have made it there.
The thing that ends up hurting him actually is just putting his head down, because he didn't actually see the throw get made from third to first. I totally understand give it a good 80 down the line. You can't give it 100% on every ground ball in a baseball season.
Yeah.
Witt to shortstop. That's off the backhand of McGonigal. Bobby Witt Jr. is on base, and you have to imagine he's going to try and turn that into more. Man, oh man.
These gloves have, there's like a little man in these gloves today. This ball's bouncing all over the place. How many balls have we seen in the palm of infielders' hands today? It must be bouncing up or something. We saw it happen to Pasquantino, Massey, now McGonigal, all pretty good fielders. It's rare to see that many balls hit the palm of an infielder.
That one climbed his wrist.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the way they drug it or something is a little different. And the one to Colt Keith, you saw the hop it had. It bounced up.
Oh, did he get him? Yeah, he did. Witt is out at first base.
He's looking back at the field. He must have lost his footing trying to get back to first. Looked like he got stuck. The right foot slips out. He ends up kind of just body planning. You see right there. And then he didn't have enough motion to get back.
Or did he?
Now, play on. Yeah.
That one might have been worth a challenge there, partner.
I think you're right.
Up the middle to shortstop. Might have been a double play anyway. This is a bizarre game so far, huh?
Yeah.
What is this?
It's Nickelodeon Slime Night. That's what's wrong.
Is your home? We're stretching out your time to pay.
Picked off of first base. By the one angle, it looked like it might have been worth the challenge, but a second look, he actually never got back to the bag. He was kind of feeling around for the bag, Andy.
Yeah, the oven mitt came up short. And good job by Torque to keep the tag on, make it blatant and obvious for the umpire.
Strike one to Colt Keith, who struck out in the first. Just a strange, odd game to this point, and I mean, honestly, just weird bounces on the infield.
Well, I think they're going to be cured now. They went out and drugged the field. It looked like the way they had drugged the field before. I've never seen a swirl pattern on an infield, literally ever in my adult life at a Major League Ball Club park. They went out in between innings, which they dragged the field throughout the game anyways, and shorted up. So I'm hoping that the hops are a little more appropriate, because some of them were hopping up. There's already 3 errors made in the infield. Well,
actually,
what could have potentially been errors, but misplayed balls to a degree, right?
Yeah.
That all hit the palm of the glove, like up by the heel of the hand.
What's funny is when you spend time in minor league baseball and you see the success of how beautiful these fields generally are, is that's going to be called a strike. Keith will not challenge. It's 3-2. And you know, as that did just clip the zone, you know what it's like in A-ball sometimes, some places.
Yeah.
No matter what, this is just paradise.
Yeah, but you get used to certain hops.
Sure. Swing and a miss, sinker from Waka. One away. Riley Green will come up. He is our Chevy's strongest player. And our strongest play of the game is double down the right field line. And 2 more hits to boot. Tigers since 2024 are 21-4 when Riley Green has 3 hits. That was just the 4th loss in the last 2+ years when Riley Green had 3 hits. Takes a pass at this and flies it to the left side of the infield. Garcia. This is what Michael Waka does. Dirks.
Yep, keeps you off balance. Throws the changeup. It's slower than most big league changeups by about 3 to 4 miles an hour. And really that difference right there, and Riley Green's out in front of that pitch because of that variance in speed. You get so used to a changeup being 83, 84, 85 miles an hour, and then a guy dumps one in at 80. It's a completely different rhythm and time.
So how do you adjust?
You get stuck a little bit because by the time it comes out of the hand, your body wants to go when it sees a certain pitch type at a certain speed and rate. You've just seen it a million times in your life. You have to wait a hair longer, but as soon as your body doesn't continue in motion and you get a little stuck, you become a little statuesque. It's hard then to re-engage the swing. So you almost have to look for that pitch.
That sinker, he stuffs on the corner. Dingler's going to challenge here.
The strike call.
Gabe Morales is the plate umpire. It's an ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile, and this is strike 2.
The call is confirmed. Detroit has 1 challenge remaining.
That is what that sinker can do to a well-trained eye.
Clip the corner. That's been his bread and butter this year, that sinker into righties and up. You saw the Colt Keith one. He elevated a sinker up and away to Colt Keith, the left-handed batter, to strike him out.
That flattens out for Garcia at third, and Waka has a 1-2-3 inning for the 2nd time in 4 tries. The Bet365 scoreboard has 2-0 Royals.
Feiger Law, official law firm of the Detroit Tigers. At Feiger Law, we win for our clients because we work as a team. We're homegrown, trial lawyers who don't leave anything.
Summary so far. There's so many tricks on a baseball field on a slime day, Nickelodeon day. Inside the Parkers, balls bouncing up in the palm of the hand. It's been a little bit of a wild ride so far. The Tigers find themselves down 2 runs in the 4th. Ty Madden is the bulk guy today. Bert Smith started it, went to Tyler Holton. And now Madden trying to keep these bats at bay.
Strong slider there to Salvador Perez. 0-2. Some weird bounces, but it could easily have been worse. It was 2nd and 3rd, 1 out in that 1st inning for Kansas City. But a 4-5-6-2 ground ball double play finished that 1st inning. And now Salvador Perez, who very fondly remembers a breakfast that he ate with Andy Dirks and his family.
It was breakfast for dinner after ball games at the old Denny's across the interstate.
You just ended up at the same restaurant as Salvi his rookie year?
It was our rookie year, yeah.
Your rookie year,
yeah.
Same 2011.
Well, and we did that for a couple years, and then he signed his contract, and I never saw him again at the Denny's. I was still eating the Denny's. Salvi must have upgraded.
You used to be able to see that Denny's from the ballpark, right? And
yeah,
then there was a
down.
fire, I
think.
think.
Yeah, it burned down. It was a sad day.
But it was you and your family and Salvi and his family.
His family, yeah. We became family friends.
Was your mom?
Oh, yeah.
There?
And you know
Denise?
my mom, Denise. She's going to be making friends with everybody.
Absolutely. She is a very sweet lady. It was great to have her up in the booth before the game today. You can tell why Andy Dirks is the special guy that he is.
Yeah.
His mom is the most patient person in America. 1-1 to Jensen. Ooh, that's called a ball. That might have been worth a challenge from Rogers. It's close. He's outside. See, you all have the box on the screen. We don't. So we have to play the guessing game. You don't. I think it's just because Major League Baseball wants to put it on expert mode for us. Here you guys, guess.
Yeah, you get a guess at it. You may look like fools once in a while, but
they don't want the live in-house feed with the box on the screen because they're worried about teams using it to challenge. As that is a ball, it's ball 4. Jake says stay there though. He's all over the plate, just missed by a hair, and it's a walk for Jensen. Downstairs, Daniela.
Yeah, I got to talk to Ty Madden just about getting back into the big leagues. He made his first start against the Red Sox just last week since 2024, his first big league start. And he said a lot of the transition is made easier by the catchers that he throws to. Jake Rogers and Dylan Dingler both know him so well and how his pitches work that they make the adjustment a lot easier when you're coming up from the minors. Because we've seen this before with the Tigers where the numbers aren't eye-popping for pitchers down in Toledo, and then you get them up here and you're seeing a little bit more success. And Ty Madden says a lot of that has to do with Dingler and Jake Rogers,
who both are in the lineup here tonight. Raj catching, Dylan Dingler DHing as that's fouled away by Caglione, 1-1. I mean, Ty Madden missed the whole season last year due to injury, and that's kind of been going around for the Tigers, but it's just good to see the former Longhorn on the mound again. Jensen at first, 1 out. Caglione the batter. You mentioned it during a break yesterday on Montero and how he's done basically everything the Tigers have wanted to improve. And there were starts that were hit or miss from Montero, specifically in terms of the strike zone. So here's a ground ball through the right side. It's a base hit for Caglione. Jensen is into third. But the descriptor misser middle was one of Montero's descriptors a couple of years ago, and kind of a similar sequence there from Ty Madden.
Yep, non-competitive pitches at this level, especially as the strike zone has shrunk a little bit, the more discerning the eyes the hitters get. You want to put pressure on hitters with every pitch that you throw. Get them thinking something, get the bat off their shoulder, make them think about engaging with pitches. If they're just off the plate away, start on the plate, move them away, start them off the plate, move them on, and go at guys. But when you get Mr. Middle, guys get very comfortable in the box.
Lane Thomas looks at a ball just off the plate away. And any bit of relaxation in a high-intensity sport like this, mentally, right? Focus is currency.
Yes, the more relaxed the player, the better they perform.
That's a big batter. Lane Thomas is a dangerous hitter, but less dangerous right on right. 2 lefties to follow, Massey and Isbell.
And you know, in a 2-0 count, Lane Thomas is going to look to break this thing open. He wants to hit something on the pull side and do damage.
Yeah, he did. He's not much of a ground ball hitter.
Nope.
Lane Thomas.
That's why they try to go with a sinker, hoping that if he does make contact there, it's on the ground.
Another one. Punctures the zone, 2-2. Former 5th-round pick out of high school in Knoxville, Tennessee, Lane Thomas. Two. Way inside, right back to the well with the sinker, 3-2. Jensen at third, Caglione at first, and a payoff from Madden. It is strike 3.
Nice job by Jake Rogers right there. Understanding that Lane Thomas is late and not conceding by trying to throw an off-speed pitch or a breaking ball in that situation. He saw that when he was getting ready, the foot was not timed up. You get the foot up late, the bat's going to be late. Don't second guess yourself.
And don't overthink it.
Don't overthink it. You know a guy's late. The 2-0 pitch he was late on. He took the other fastball. It's easy after you throw 3 fastballs in a row to think, I got to throw something else. Nope. Stick with the heat.
There's a cutter to Massey, strike 1.
And that's reading the swing of a guy. as we talk about across the league, there's going to be different ways that pitches are called. Sometimes they're coming from the dugout now. But a veteran catcher who's been around can read a swing and know when a guy's late and stick with that plan.
And there's been a lot of talk of the Marlins and the Rockies calling pitches in the dugout, and will that pervade? Will other teams adopt it in Major League Baseball? There's always an advantage in doing the thing that everybody else isn't. There's the allure of that at all times. High fly ball, deep right center field. That carries, and it carries up and out for Michael Massey. It's a 3-run homer, and it's a 5-0 Kansas City lead. He went and met that ball out in front, and it fled the scene.
See, the cutter comes back on the plate, and all he does is get barrel on it out in front of his body with some backspin.
In this ballpark, that doesn't always leave, it feels like, in that alleyway.
The wind's got a little left to right today, from left field foul pole to right field foul pole, to help it a tick.
I mean, he got it great. It was 104 off the bat. The launch angle's right in that sweet spot of 26 degrees that you look at the numbers and you say homer. But weird things have happened to deep flies in this park.
Without question. It's tough to get it out in right center here.
But again, I mean, that is an 8-hitter doing damage, and it's not been all season, but it's been enough that the Tigers are in the bottom 8 in average and on base from the 7, 8, and 9 hitters in the opposing order. 1-2 for Isbell, who walked the Tigers off last night. Two and two. Isbell takes 3-2.
With a bullpen day tomorrow, Ty Madden's going to stay on for as long as they can keep him, regardless of the outcome. So he's going to have to lock it down. There's not going to be reinforcements coming in anytime soon. They're going to have to keep some of those bullpen pitchers for tomorrow.
I mean, Brant Herter threw 30 pitches yesterday. The ground ball to shortstop. McGonigal behind the bag at second. Handles the final out, but a 2-out home run for Massey, and the Royals have a nickel.
For all the visitors at the door.
Hey, what you doing?
Jumping in to save the...
Awful news from Major League Baseball today and yesterday. Bobby Cox, the legendary manager of the Atlanta Braves, passed away at the age of 84. Bobby Cox was well known in Atlanta for helping the Braves push in the 70s and 80s to become what they eventually were under him in the 90s, when Ted Turner rehired him as the manager of the Atlanta Braves. And it seems oddly, darkly fitting that we lost both of them in the same week, because Ted Turner's media empire and the team that he owned with Bobby Cox at the helm grew to be such a powerhouse in the 90s in Major League Baseball. As Wencel Perez in his first at bat today flies to left, there's one away. It would be hard for you as a child of the 80s and 90s and be any kind of sports fan and not have watched an Atlanta Braves game on TBS. Somebody tweeted jokingly that Ted Turner's funeral was going to start at 7:05.
Oh, yeah.
Because those games were always at the 05 on TBS. And I know you watched some of those games growing up.
Braves, they were a great team to watch, great pitching staffs. I remember Bobby Cox, he was 4th all-time in wins. I think it was Leo Mazzoni, his pitching coach.
Yeah,
rocking in the dugout. Those were good times in Atlanta.
Up the alleyway, Spencer Torkelson has himself a 1-out double here in the 5th. Bobby Cox leads the world in one category, and it's not close. He leads the world in managerial ejections.
Yeah.
He had 162 ejections by umpires in Major League Baseball. One for every game of a season for his career.
He'd come out of there, storm out of the dugout, get the chest out. It's classic.
He's born in Tulsa, Oklahoma, moved to the San Joaquin Valley, and then became a baseball lifer as this clicks off at Jensen. Torkelson to third, and the Tigers are just going to try and chisel away here down 5-love.
Good read by Torque. Off the angle. Now see if McKinstry can get a little lumber to baseball. This is where, of course, you want to drive in the run, but you're not going to concede to just try to hit a ground ball up the middle to drive it in. In a 1-0 count, you're going to still want to look to do damage.
Yeah, totally different at 5-0 than 2-0. You need a big inning at some point.
Yes. So depending on the situation, there's still enough time left in the game. You want to string together at bats. This isn't one where you just want to give up an at bat for an RBI in a 2-0 count. Look for a pitch over the middle end part of the plate. If he doesn't give it to you, take it. Now 3-0 here. Try to get on base.
Take one.
Sure.
Unless it's middle, then fire.
Against Waka, he's a guy I wouldn't mind swinging 3-0 because you know that 3-1 is going to be the changeup. This is a fastball. You're going to get a fastball. You know it's a fastball. I would swing 3-0 here if I liked it and it was middle in.
He missed outside. Ball 4. Runners at the corners, 1 out for Jake Rogers. And a chance here for the Tigers to get some of those 3 runs back. All right, let's get a message from your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers.
F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 49 years and counting. Right now, enjoy employee pricing on our lineup of F-150s. You pay what we pay. Think Ford first.
Torque at third, McKinstry at first. 1 out, 5th inning. Jake Rogers, the batter.
McKinstry's already swiped a bag today because the double play is what Waka's going to go for here. That's why he's going to go sinker down, soft away to try to get Jake to hit it on the ground to the left side.
Slide step home. Rogers pops it up. Shallow right field. Caglione is in. That is a very short porch out there for that absolute wizard and cannon shot of an arm.
You don't have to throw it home as hard as you can right there, but if you got an arm like Caglione, give the crowd something to cheer about. Yeah, unfortunate there. Jake did the right thing to get the ball up in the air, but not deep enough.
Normally for artillery like that, you have to fill out a form and wait a couple weeks.
Yes. There was no silencer on his arm. That's full cannon fire.
Here's McGonigal. Challenge coming. Carter Jensen challenges on behalf of Waka, his pitcher. This looked like a strike. It's our Figer Law ABS challenge, and it is a strike.
The pitch was a strike.
So
Kansas City has 2 challenges remaining.
That work they did on the ABS challenges pregame yesterday as a catching core, you could say, paid off. Oh, 1. That's a strike. It lights up the zone on the outer third. 0-2. The AL Rookie of the Month, Kevin McGonigal, with a chance here. Torque at third, Zemak at first. 0-2 on McGonigal, and he got hit. McGonigal was crowded, and he got hit by the pitch. He is on his way to first base. Take that, certainly. Bases loaded. A 2-strike hit by pitch.
Looked like it got him in the back elbow, back wrist to rib cage.
Man,
that's right in the forearm.
Oof.
Yeah, that's a tough one to wear. Anytime you want to know how hard it hit a guy, watch where the ball goes after it hits him. If it heads back towards the pitcher, direct contact. Yeah. Not a glancing blow. So here we go. Waka has got Vierling out on sinkers in and 2 at-bats. See if he tries to pull one down the left field line and just stick to that approach, lay off the stuff soft away.
Well, he shook him down with a changeup to start. Back to a tight fastball that just hung on to the bottom part of the zone. Bases loaded, 2 gone. It's a ground ball left side of the infield. Witt is there. He slings it to first and completes the inning. Tigers load him up. Can't score. 5-zip.
Than by getting the 125th anniversary 6-pack. Each pack includes tickets to 6 games plus an extremely limited Tigers Hall of Fame player replica statue. Ball 1 down and away. Players include Ty Cobb, Willie Horton, and more. Learn more at tigers.com/125.
As Andy told you, ball 1 to Michael Garcia. 2-0 on Garcia from Ty Madden.
And these are the pitches that we talked about. His
Yep.
last outing, he didn't have a lot of those pitches that were ball out of hand. So far tonight, it's been a little easier. The hitters are getting an advantage counts. He's going to look for something middle and try to drive it.
That's to the corner, 2-1. By the way, in the American League Central, everybody watching this, Royals fan, Tigers fan, anybody, is going to know the feeling when I tell you how Minnesota scored the first run of the game in Cleveland. Byron Buxton homered to lead off the game.
Was it on the first pitch or the third?
Let's see.
It was within the first 3 pitches, I almost guarantee.
It was on the third pitch. It was a third pitch cutter. That is outside. That is ball 4 to Garcia. I mean, first of all, Tanner Bivey threw him a first pitch 4-seam fastball, according to the game day here.
He must have fouled it off for a homer.
He did foul it off for a homer. Then a ball way inside, and then a cutter basically outside corner.
Yeah.
That he reached out and hammered to left.
Yeah, he's explosive out of that leadoff spot.
It's Bobby Witt Jr. If I told you have the option of just walking him, right? Just go ahead, let him go to first to lead off a game, or you pitch to him.
I know, it's going to be maybe a double, though, because at some point he's probably going to steal second.
That's the problem.
I know.
That's why it's kind of hard to believe that they're not better than they've been in his time there. I know they've made the playoffs, and he's been a good soldier, sticking around for what could have been a, hey, trade me with Griffin Jackson, Duran, and all those guys last year.
Yeah.
He really is the face of the franchise at this point.
He is. They've just had to scrap together starting pitching in Minnesota, and they haven't found enough quality starters, in my opinion, to really make a significant run at it.
No, and the Joe Ryan injury that happened last Sunday certainly doesn't help.
And they've had prospects come through that showed some promise and just never panned out quite the way they wanted them to pan out.
Especially offensively. Joe Ryan is starting today, which is great news for Minnesota. I mean, he came out of the game after a third of an inning in their Sunday day game last weekend against Toronto, but he's evidently good enough to pitch in Cleveland tonight, which is a little bit shocking.
Yeah, he must have had a tweak.
1-2 on Junior, as they call him here. 2-2 on Bobby Witt Jr. Kerry Carpenter left this game earlier. Daniela, what are you hearing?
Is going to be under further evaluation tonight. He exited the game with left shoulder soreness.
Thank you.
It's the last thing the Tigers need.
Oh. You're talking about 14 guys on the injured list starting play today as Witt tried to scoop that out in the bottom of the zone, and McKinstry fades over to make the catch. If you weren't with us earlier, here is what happened to Kerry Carpenter. Bobby Witt Jr. down the right field line. Kerry ran into that wall as he was trying to field the baseball. And Andy, you pointed it out. He was kind of working out that shoulder out in the outfield.
Yeah, he hit the wall hard. You can see instant pain in that left shoulder. And that's going to affect his swing when your back shoulder's hurting. And hopefully it's a precautionary, hey, let's get this thing, it's sore right now. Let's get it checked out. Not cause any further damage at the moment. See how it feels. Get some treatment on it today. See how it feels tomorrow.
Wencel Perez is coming to the game for him as that is twisted foul. Look out. Damon Hollins got rocked, the first base coach for Kansas City. He tried to dance away from it and just couldn't avoid trouble.
And this is my argument for coaches having to stay in the box, in the line. You get a big left-handed hitter up like Vinny Pasquantino. In my estimation, you should allow them to retreat, but not advance towards home plate. But they can retreat away from home plate as far as they want to and feel comfortable with.
I am totally with you, and that was the first thing base coaches said when all that came out, that you have to stay in the box there. And it's for sign purposes, right? It's for relaying signs. You want to confine the coaches to that box. But if you're saying safety's paramount, they can't have to stand there.
I don't agree with it. The ball gets hit so hard off Major League bats. And when you're less than 90 feet away from a Major League hitter and you have no glove to defend yourself and you're turned sideways.
There goes Garcia. He is out. Jake Rogers apprehends Garcia. That's a gun.
Come out firing, Raj. Look at the transfer. That's a tough pitch, too. Ball tried to handcuff him. Gets it out quick. Slings it across right on the bag. Fine throw.
Two and two. Swing and a miss off the cutter, strike three, and the leadoff walk goes by the boards. We'll go to the sixth. Tigers trail. Well, this must mean good things are coming.
Slather that barbecue sauce on there.
How did we get a camera all the way back in the kitchen there? Nice. Welcome to Kansas City. Tigers are trailing here 5-0, but Daniela Bruce has visited the booth, which can only mean great things.
Of course, always means great things. I have some food. Part of my road trip checklist was to try some Kansas City barbecue.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I was just looking at this and I realized there were 3 forks and I left the other one out there because I was already taking bites of this before I brought it on camera.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
You already ate some of it?
I was hungry.
You jackal.
Yeah, I know. It's brisket with some cheese and some onion rings.
Oh, yeah, you can't beat that. That's a great
The
combo.
barbecue sauce is really good, too.
KC's known for its barbecue sauces.
So, look, you know, the Mets broadcast the other day had an enormous hot dog on. Their reporter, and Keith Hernandez ate the hot dog Lady in the Tramp style. So we wouldn't dare do that because we wouldn't want to copy the Mets.
That's why you wouldn't want to do it with Andy.
Well,
That's
Andy,
a good reason, actually.
To be clear, not part of this.
You could do it with an onion ring, maybe.
They're a little crunchy.
Are they?
I'm trying to eat it very softly.
Can I try one of the onion rings?
Just do it. Yeah, just go for it.
That's good.
I love a good onion ring.
Oh, yes, that's an extra one.
If you're
Give me
saying,
that.
hey, this doesn't really have anything to do with the game, whoa, Dirks.
Oh, go for it.
Whoa, get after it.
Yeah, go. I already had my bites.
Y'all are messing around. I don't mess around
yeah,
with food.
no,
You just rip you off a piece right there.
Is that your whole piece? That's you get all of that?
This is mine.
Oh, okay. Jason, you and I.
Andy's top 3 barbecue main dishes are, I think, number 1. That's a challenge here. Carter Jensen's going to challenge. It's either ball 4 or strike 1. I think the catcher doth protest too much. It is ball 4, and it's a walk for Riley Green.
Kansas City has 1 challenge remaining.
So, you know, Kansas City's called the Royals. And you would imagine it's because of, like, kings and queens and princes, and they're very regal. It's actually not the case, Andy. So it has something to do with your top three of brisket, ribs, and smoked sausage. For years, there's been a livestock show called the American Royal in Kansas City. So the winning entry to name this team back when they were founded, there's a tapper out in front of the plate, back to the mound, and Waka throws. The Royals are actually named for the livestock show,
Makes
the American Royal.
Yeah.
And I know you do a great impression of livestock.
Yeah, all the livestock.
Okay.
We're waiting.
Oh, you want me to do like an impression?
Yeah, yeah.
Which livestock?
Well, you did ribs and pork.
Pork?
So like
Oh my God. Is that as like loud in everybody's ears at home as it was in my headset?
that is a phenomenal piglet.
Yeah, when the farrier comes out to hoof the pigs, and you got to hold the pig down, and they squeal like a pig. That's where the saying comes from. Squeal like
squeal
pig.
like a pig.
Yep.
That's right.
They do squeal. They're strong too.
You know, there are families watching this game that are like, you know what, maybe we should watch Charlotte's Web after.
Yeah. Jeez.
I do love spare ribs.
This
and
is
baby
beef,
back ribs.
isn't it? Brisket? Yeah.
Brisket's beef, correct.
Yeah.
Do you do a cow?
Moo.
Well, like, yeah, pigs. There you go. I was going to say, pigs technically say oink, and that was not your.
Yeah, that's what a cow sounds like.
You sound a little bit like Dory from Finding Nemo when she's talking to the surfers there. 0-2 on Wencel Perez. Riley Green at second, 2 out. It's upstairs. Daniela, you realize this is all your fault because you brought food to the booth.
Yeah, I know where I'm taking things when I disrupt the broadcast. Trust me.
Andy has just placed his leftovers next to the onion rings that haven't been eaten.
Right on top of them, actually.
Fantastic.
Here's yours, Jason.
Exceptional. Yep. Nope. Here's where you'd put it. You'd never been in a house before.
This is from Joe's, by the way. That's a popular barbecue spot out here in Kansas
It's really
City.
good.
Yeah, delicious.
2-2 is in there for strike 3. That's a tough beat for the Tigers with a 1-out walk. This is the Z-Man sandwich that Andy ate most of.
Never too much. All day IPA. Hop into easy.
Make Sundays a home run with the Meyer Family Fun Day deal. For just $79, get 4 Tigers tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 chips, 4 drinks, or upgrade to the new pizza meal for just $10 more. You can add extra tickets to fit your family. Don't miss out. Visit tigers.com/Sunday for more information. Kansas City up 5-0 here in the 6th. This time Madden. The foul ball off the bat of Salvador Perez, the World Series MVP 11 years ago. A 9-time All-Star who went to the World Series in his 4th year in the league, then won it in his 5th year, and will never pay for a meal again in this city. He is beloved here in Kansas City. 0-2.
All-time good dude, too. Just always smiling. A lot of positive energy. Has time for everybody.
Well, and as Daniela said, and one more thing, you don't just get named captain, right? There needs to be a reason to make you the captain of a Major League Baseball team because it's not required. And sometimes it can be divisive to a clubhouse if you do something like that because you have a bunch of leaders. But look at all the jerseys that have his name on it in this crowd.
And I think unanimously in a clubhouse, when you get a guy like Perez, everybody is more than happy to let him bestow the C on the right upper chest.
There it is, near that right shoulder.
So when are we going to vote for broadcast captain? Think I got a chance?
There's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Oh, sadly, the conversation has to come to an end because the batter's out. And here's a message from Rally House, Michigan.
The season starts at Rally House. From jerseys and hats to tumblers for game day, it's where outrageous selection meets every fan's style.
One down, Carter Jensen, the batter. Popped up, foul ground, third base side out of play. The answer is very clearly Dan Petrie would be the captain of this broadcast team.
And I would agree. So there you have it.
Yeah.
That's how it works. Peach is not on the road trip. We miss him.
We do. We love you, Dan. There's a blooper over third, and it is caught. Colt Keith runs it down to get out number 2.
That's how you turn your body and run to get to a spot, catch the ball on the backhand side. Tracks it the whole way, reach out. Plenty of arm length to catch that one. Nice play by Colt Keith.
There's Caglione. Ball 1.
But if it wasn't Dan. Okay.
Abs, probably.
Yeah, that's
1-0 is downstairs, 2-0. Were you ever voted captain?
Nope.
For anything?
Not that I can remember. I never was on a team that really had a captain. You know, we talk about some teams just don't really have captain.
He went. He didn't want to, but he did.
He's trying to cheat for that 4-seam fastball. I mean, it's Ty Madden getting it up to 92, 93. Caglione has to cheat a little bit to get to the heater. His swing's a little longer than most. And that's why he could not lay off that cutter.
Right back upstairs, 2-2. Daniela has an opinion on our captaincy.
Well, I think I agree with you. It's not exactly an opinion. It is Dan Petrie, for sure. But I was actually a captain, a senior captain of my high school soccer team. Do you? Does that surprise you?
Hey, Daniela, were you ever a captain?
No one cares. Whatever.
No, were you?
Yeah. We love you. I could see why you were voted captain, and it's because everyone else was afraid of you.
Part of it. Definitely part of it.
Daniela Red Card Bruce joins us from downstairs.
Never got a red card.
No, I know. I'm sure you were a great teammate. We're joking. That's how Bernie feels in Milwaukee. Go to the 7th, 5-0.
Mike wins.
Time for the Bet365 odds update. Spencer Torkelson in his last at bat in the 5th inning doubled down the left field line. So 1.5 hits means the over hits with one more hit. First pitch number 82 for Michael Wacha. And Torque pops it up. Caglione makes the catch. There's one away. Time to spin the wheel and see who comes up as today's anointed, chosen Tiger of the Day. It can be anybody as long as they wore a Tiger uniform. It's Mike Heath, who caught Mike Warren's no-hitter while with the Athletics back in September of 1983. Won a World Series championship in his rookie season, which is a phenomenal trick if you can turn it. Sparky Anderson once said about him early in 1987 when he was hitting over 400 through mid-May, "I finally found out how we can score runs. I'll just let Heath bat 1 through 9 and we'll be fine."
That's classic. None of the other players took offense to that, I'm sure.
No, but nobody cared. Just you all are terrible.
Think about managers that know how to get their stuff rocking. Also may have created the Heath bar.
You think so?
May have.
There's a ground ball left side of the infield. It's Witt off the backhand. He'll sling it on to first for out number 2. Evidently, they were talking about us over on the Royals broadcast.
I'm sure it was very positive.
Yep, Ryan Lefevre and Jeremy Guthrie. Phenomenal individuals over there. Jeremy is a storehouse of 1990s pop culture knowledge.
Yeah, he's great. He still has his original Nintendo from 1986 that he got as a child with the codes for Contra on it. We were talking about it a little bit earlier today.
Mike Tyson's punch out. There's Rogers, strike one. Michael Wacha, by the way, has been outstanding so far. 6 2/3, under 90 pitches, to help the Royals bullpen, which again did not have that off day that the Tigers did on Thursday.
That fastball this year has been tough to hit. Sinker up and into righties, and the changeup. Nobody hits the changeup generally much anyways in his career.
Yeah.
But when the fastball plays up, it makes the changeup even more difficult to get on. We've seen hitters out in front of the changeup, a little late on the fastball, popping out, soft ground balls.
Popped up, third base side, Michael Garcia. And the 7th inning for the Tigers. Time now for the Figer Law 7th inning stretch. Tigers baseball on Detroit Sportsnet is brought to you by Wallside Windows. Local and family owned, celebrating 82 years as Michigan's leader in replacement windows. By your Metro Detroit Buick GMC dealers. And by Figer Law, all we do is win. Nickelodeon night. May have rather have faced the Blue Barracudas than the Royals tonight. Tigers trailing 5-0 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Kansas City got a 3-run homer from Michael Massey in the 4th. 2-out, 3-run homer from Massey is the big blow in this game that Kansas City led 2-0 right off Jump Street on an inside the park home run from Bobby Witt Jr. Ty Madden has not pitched poorly in this game, Andy.
No, and he's put it together as he's continued. Early on, he was falling behind in counts. He's found his groove now, though. He's throwing strikes, getting ahead of hitters.
Fly ball right field. Perez back, and he hauls it in on the warning track. Thomas is out, 1 away in the 7th. We do know from a couple days that Kansas City is trying to make impact early in counts.
Yep, within the first couple pitches, they've been on it. We saw it in the first inning. They came out right away against Bert Smith and were just laying the lumber to the baseball. Hitting the cutter, hitting the four seam. A couple balls that stayed inside the line for doubles. Hurt a little bit. And then the walk, single, and then it ended up being a 2-out home run to get to 5 runs, 5-0.
Massey flies this to center. Pitch number 2 this time. Vierling makes the catch, 2 away in the 7th inning.
But on the flip side, for the Tigers, if you're going to have to find ways to score runs. It's been very, very slow offensively, and when you lose, you're up the middle guys. Gleyber Torres not being in the lineup obviously hurts. Javi's had a good year. His presence on the field defensively, offensively. Parker Meadows, Kerry Carpenter just left the game. McKinstry was on the shelf for a minute. But you're still going to have to find ways to be productive and try to score. Put pressure on the opposing pitcher and take your hits.
Meaning
line drives. Like, get back to spraying the ball around the field. Hit the ball the other way a little bit more. Try to find ways to put pressure on.
That's where the Gleyber Torres at bat quality is a big loss.
It makes the starting pitcher throw way more pitches than normal. He's going to work deep into counts. He's going to take his walks.
I mean, Walker threw, what, 8 pitches in the first inning today?
Yeah, you rarely would see with Gleyber in the leadoff or hitting 2-hole.
The Tigers had seen the second most pitches in Major League Baseball in the first inning all year coming into tonight. Gleyber, as you said, is a big part of that. Oh, Ty Madden, look what I found. The disappearing baseball.
Big dream.
It's time for the Call Sam Best Call, and today was Michael Walker's day on the mound. The changeup was filthy. He got swing and miss, got ahead early in counts. The fastball, both varieties, were on point, and it's just a really veteran outing with a guy that's still got good stuff.
They'll give way to Matt Strom, the left-hander who hasn't pitched in almost a work week. Our Wallside Windows pitching changes. Strom, who left on left really likes his slider, but he doesn't like that slider to be a strike. So there's a fastball. It's called a strike to the Gonigal. Strom's thrown 28 sliders left on left this year. 9 have been in the strike zone. That's 68% ball on his slider, but he's only allowed, as there's a slider that's a ball, just to prove the point. Thanks, Matt. He's only allowed 2 hits all year to left-handers.
Yeah, he's working it away out of the zone and wants to get a little chase.
He'll come with a sinker there, and it's flared to left. Base hit for McGonigal. But that's kind of what you have to wait for, because he's not going to throw you a slider strike for the most part left on left.
Yeah, get the sinker. The sinker in, but slider location.
Here's his heat map against left-handers. I mean, look at that. You barely get a strike.
Doesn't want to throw it over the middle, does he?
Mm-mm.
But if guys are going to swing at it, he'll keep throwing it out of the zone.
The whiff rate on that thing is over 41%.
Well, when you swing at balls, the whiff rate goes up. It's one thing the Tigers have tried to improve on this year. Get pitches in the zone to attack. And as the strike zone has shrunk a little bit, it's on the onus of the pitcher to throw the ball over the plate.
Tigers are second best in the league in not chasing out of the zone. As there's a strike, our CNL Ward on deck hitter Hao Yu Lee has grabbed a bat. He'll hit for Colt Keith. With the left-hander Strom on the mound. Just missed, 1-2. McGonigal at first. That's tight. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tigers have 3 on the bench. Zach Short, Jahmai Jones, and then the on-deck hitter Hao Yu Lee. Strom steps off. Two and two. Way outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Okay.
Could be some action here.
McGonigal at first. 3-2. Fouled away on a fastball that Vierling reached for.
When you're up 5, you know the pitcher's going to want to bring a strike. Doesn't mean it's going to have to be. But the 4-seam fastball is the pitch he likes most for that. That's what he threw.
Time called by Vierling. Waka only threw 89 pitches, 54 strikes, and an 8-pitch 7th inning. And he's already joining the broadcast, evidently.
He's not even sweating.
That'd be fun. As leisurely of a day like that you join the telecast. I mean, like, if you've thrown that well, you're having a good day. That's foul, first base side. I mean, can you imagine how good you feel and how well your day has gone?
Yeah, there's no, like, 12 ice bags on the arm, and he just went out, cruised through 7 innings. Now he's having a chat with Ryan and Jeremy.
Just hanging out,
yeah,
talking about the outing.
I went out there, the fastball felt pretty good. Really liked the change-up today. You know, something like that.
Probably exactly how it went. 3-2. McGonigal at first. And a swing and a miss on that slider, down and out of the zone. 1 away, and we get a message from Figer Law.
If you've been injured in a trucking accident, make Figer Law your first call. Figer Law. All we do is win. All we do is win.
1 down runner at first, 8th inning. Tigers and Royals, and Hao Yu Lee has a bat he's going to hit for Colt Keith as the Tigers are trying to put together a couple right-handed at bats. Riley Green to follow, and you're not going to pinch hit for Riley, so this is a chance to get one more right-handed look before Green.
Riley's handled lefties pretty well this year.
Yeah,
hitting over 300, quality at bats. And that approach he's been rolling with, where he'll shorten up with 2 strikes, that helps against lefties. A little more contact, keep the front side in a little longer.
First one to Lee, and he hits it sky high to right field in Jack Caglione territory. That's out number 2. So here's Riley Green. You mentioned his ability to hit left-handed pitching so far this year. There's some sliders in there, some sweepers in there, some sinkers in there, but Riley Green has done very well for himself against left-handers, including Bubic yesterday in a 3-hit day against a left-handed starter, and then the bullpen.
And you see the path. That's his bat path. The up and away one from a lefty is the hardest one to get to. But that is a difficult pitch to execute left on left.
And now here's a look at where those sliders and sweepers go for Strom. It's picture in picture.
Yeah, there's a few in there he'd crush.
In the air, right center field. Caglione on the move. He lays out and can't make the catch. It's down on the warning track. Isbell spins it in. McGonigal scores the Tigers' first run. It is 5-1 here in the 8th. Caglione gave it all, but he was not able to haul it in.
The vast outfield here is generous. That ball's hit well by Riley, and he's been seeing it so well. Good swings. Caglione loses his hat on the dive. But that's what we talked about earlier in the broadcast, the amount of hits that this field can give up. Hit it a little off the end of the bat, but the Tigers needed a run, and their all-star delivers.
Back-to-back years to the all-star game for Riley Green. Looks like it's going to be 3 years in a row the way he's swinging it this year.
He's putting together a solid season. Just the amount of bat speed Riley generates. His approach just keeps getting better at the plate. He's dangerous.
0-1 to Dingler from Strom, and that's a foul ball and a slider. 0-2. Four games this year, 4 last at bat wins for somebody in Royals-Tigers games. Can the Tigers make that happen again tonight? 0-2. Dingler hits it in the air for right field. Caglione turns and faces and catches the final out of the top of the 8th. Tigers score but trail by 4.
Head to Little Caesars and try new dippable 4-in-1 sticks for only $7.99.
Limited memberships for the 2026 season are now available. This means you can become a 1901 Society member with fewer games at a lower price than full season. Commit to just 22 games and you'll unlock the best perks, including exclusive member events, priority access to postseason tickets, and more. Tigers.com/2026 to start your pro-rated membership journey today. Bobby Witt Jr. will bat second in this inning after Michael Garcia, who lines to third. The first out of the inning. Hao Yu Lee snares it. And that gives us a chance to look at StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. Back to the first and Bobby Witt Jr.
And you're going to see the fastest track from home to home by any player in the big leagues this year. Bobby Witt's got the arms trucking. And as he rounds, he's going to knock that helmet off. Didn't show it there. You saw the hand go up. But he never broke stride all the way around the bases. Superman dives into home. 14 seconds, Jason. It took him.
That's wild.
From contact to scoring, 14 seconds.
But you're right, he did knock off his helmet on the way to third.
He did. And it was like, just wanted to show everybody I'm flying around these bases.
You know, he talks about it like he has an alter ego. He says he's Bobby off the field and he's Junior on the field.
Interesting. 2 different personas.
Yeah, you're Andy at home and you're Dirks
In the booth,
Here
I'm
in the
knocking
booth.
my helmet off, and I'm scoring.
No, you're knocking my helmet off. 2-0. But you almost have to do that, right? You have to become some elevated version of yourself to play this game.
Between the lines, absolutely. The amount of competition it takes to play at this level, the focus to be successful.
He smokes this to left field and just foul. Not by much at all. That looked like it might hang on off the bat.
Hooked it just a hair. Solid contact, but now he'll have to reset. We know he doesn't need to catch his breath. I mean, this guy's in incredible shape after watching that home to home. He's doing them wind sprints out there.
Oh, he's a sports car in a human's body. 2-2. On the ground is short. Got to hustle it. McGonigal knows that and got him. Torque to pick. 2 gone. That's a nice play by the Tigers infield.
Yeah, good job going to your left against a very fast runner in Bobby Witt Jr. And you see McGonigal, see how he stays down with it? He doesn't try to come up out of his posture, and he throws from a sidearm position. That gets the ball there quicker. Torque does a nice job on the receiving end to pick it on the backhand side.
2 down. Pasquantino fouls it away. You see, Torque didn't lock himself into position there either. He was ready for just about any throw.
Yep, that's a good way to do it. Be able to be reactive to the location on the receiving end.
To first, Torque is ready for it. That's 11 in a row retired by Ty Madden since the 5th inning walk. 5-1 of the 9th. Tigers baseball on Detroit Sportsnet is brought to you by America Bank. Trusted banking for 175 years. By your local Toyota dealer. For all Toyota offers, visit Toyota.com. And by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. Tigers could use a slugger here in the 9th inning. First pitch from Steven Cruz, fouled away by Wencel Perez. Cruz is up from AAA. They swapped him into this bullpen yesterday. Our Wallside Windows pitching change is Cruz, who had not thrown a pitch in the majors since April the 8th, in exactly a month when he came up yesterday. His last outing, he gave up 5 earned runs in an inning and a third. So this is Matt Quatrero trying to finesse 3 outs here in the 9th with a 4-run cushion to get Cruz back into the groove of Major League pitching without having to use Lucas Erceg or other relievers who've been here all season.
That's exactly right. And it's an opportunity for the Tigers to try to get some runners on. He has walked guys in the major leagues. And that's the hope for the Tigers. If he gets a little wild, get a few runners on, and then give it a ride. Take a run at it.
Take a run at it, Skip. Two. Rolled to second base. Michael Massey for out number 1, and we'll take a look at the Bet365 upcoming schedule. This series concludes tomorrow. We'll be over on Peacock with our pal Eric Hosmer on Sunday Night Baseball tomorrow. Then 3 at the Metropolitans, who are trailing Arizona 2-1. Merrill Kelly has held them down to 3 hits. And suddenly the Blue Jays are in town. The Guardians are in town. The Tigers need to figure this out, though, pretty quickly, because hanging around in the AL Central has not been difficult to this point, but you can't bank on that forever.
Especially when you're playing in division teams.
Correct. A.J. Hinch talking to Justin Verlander down there in the dugout, part of an entire rotation that's on the IL right now for the Tigers. Troy Melton pitched well, as Daniela reported yesterday, down in Lakeland. Casey Mize, sooner rather than later, you'd imagine, coming back. Then later on in the year, Jackson Jobe as well. The good news on Tarek Skubal, but you can't bank on later being all of your wins. There is an urgency to now, as tomorrow we hit the quarter pole in the season.
Yep, and that's, I think offensively, it's get back to a strategy of spraying the ball around the field hitting line drives, taking hits.
Strike 3, 2 down.
Not trying to be so reliant on the long ball, because the Tigers have been feast or famine at times this year. Kerry Carpenter came out of the game with his shoulder, got banged against the wall. So the power threats have reduced.
Yep.
And one of the best quality at-bats in the Tigers lineup, and Gleyber Torres, is out. So the offense is going to have to figure out ways to score runs more than at a 1 run a game clip, 2 runs a game.
That could have been a challenge there. McKinstry, I think, knew it based on his reaction. That was half a baseball outside. Two strikes on Zemek. You're right, Andy. The Tigers are 20th in baseball on home runs. So if that's not going to be there every day, you have to have answers when it's not.
Find other ways. Still bags.
0-2 is a challenge coming from Jensen. That looked up and out, but we will see.
Catcher is challenging the ball call.
Is it strike 3? It is not. I think Zach just said, yeah, it's still close. I don't think Zach thought it was even that close based on his reaction. 1-2. That's there, strike 3. McKinstry's going to challenge. It's either game over or ball 2. Let's see. Does Zach prolong the game? Yes, he does. It's down. I think Zach thought that might have been a strike by his reaction.
But you got one to use.
Yes, use it.
Use it.
2-2. Could it be a run of 3 straight challenges? No, it's a ball out of play, foul. A long way foul. Oh boy, that is a long run. Ball person might have wanted to challenge. 2-2 from Cruz to McKinstry. Strike 3. The Royals have won game 2 of this series, 5-1 behind a gem from Waka, an inside the park homer from Witt, and a 3-run shot from Michael Massey. 2 hours, 4 minutes of tight baseball from Kansas City to win game 2 of this series.
Tigers are going to have to find ways to score runs, Benetti. A lot of starting pitching on the shelf right now, and it can't be all about just defense and pitching. You do have to find ways to scrap runs across the board. If it's not going to be via the long ball, got to shore up the at-bats up and down the order, have a plan and an approach, attack, take some hits, hit some line drives, put more pressure on starting pitching.
And again, you know, it wasn't an error in the first inning, but defense that didn't exactly play airtight ball allowed the Royals to build that lead early.
Yep. But if you score 1 run, you're not going to win a lot of ball games.
You're right. You're exactly right. You and Daniela will break it down. Curado postgame follows this timeout. For Jason Disick, Andrew Blaustein, our entire marvelous crew, Daniela and Andy, I'm Jason. 5-1 your final score. Curado postgame's next.